I know where I'm going.
So yesterday I spent the day with my sisters here in the studio. It was just lovely, and we don't get enough chance to do it as often as I would like. So we try to do it every couple of months. I mean, I see my siblings nearly every week, but just to spend time together. So my two sisters, my sister-in-law, and my dog is jumping on my leg, and and a friend, and we do it often. And then we have a lovely lunch, and because it was Valentine's Day, actually none of us got flowers. It was a bit of a shame. I think we all have to talk to our hubbies, but then again we could have given them flowers too, so you know, it's the way it is. However, so we decided to make these little bracelets, and these are, look, I've got to a certain age where I scratch myself and it bleeds under the skin. You know, it happened to my mother and my father. It does when you get to a certain age. So I figured that if I made some of these, they're like having a little quilt on your arm, really. They're really quite cute. And I think with the right outfit, they'd look absolutely gorgeous. I've got some outfits that I know this would look specky with. So we all set about doing it. We used old quilt stuff. I mean, this is not actually old quilt stuff. It's quilts from India that I've had made up into jackets, and I always say to them, give me the leftovers. So we make little purses and things like that out of the leftovers, and it was wonderful. It's not new. Doing something like this is not new to me. So because I've been, as I travel, I do this similar sort of thing. So, but not as a bracelet, not as an arm quilt. What could we call it? I think sometimes they call it a textile sleeve. It could be an arm quilt. You never know. We had a lovely day. Went out for lunch, and then we sat and talked very quickly so that we could get it all in, and it was delightful. Yes, as I said, it's a fantastic day. So we all chose little bits of fabric. These are all from my scrap basket. I'm sure everybody has lots of pieces. And you know, I travel a lot, so these pieces are from India, and I've collected indigo in particular from many countries, and I've made quilts out of that. And it's with the help, my little helper here, and my collection of indigo. I've created a lot of different things with these sorts of fabrics. So this is just on my desk at the moment, and this is a city quilt that I made in a very similar style. So I guess you all know with a city quilt you start on the outside and come in. And these are all fabrics that I had picked up in my travels. Lots and lots and lots. It just sits on my one of my desks here. And this one, oh, I'm going to pull it out and pull everything out. Oops. Let me see. This is another one here that I used to travel with all the time, and it's got all of these are little stories that I've put into the quilt, basically. These are the little birds at a cinema on the beach. Now, all of this is indigo fabrics. This one is from Nepal, and then I drew this lady on here. This one here is from Guatemala. That's a skirt. Summer embroideries. This is from Guatemala, but I didn't like the front, so this is the back of the embroideries and just stitched over the top. Just lots of slow quilting. And I don't think I'm going to do too much more of this, and I don't travel with it anymore. So this, as I said, was my little travel quilt. And then this was the city quilt that I made as a special project. And it's, you know, 3 foot by 3 foot. And all of these pieces, with the exception of this, of course, is the United States. But all of these are different indigos and ethnic fabrics, mainly indigos, but not all. This is from Laos. This is from a very old shirt from Laos. I've done lots and lots of stitching on this one, hand stitching, but my hands are not the best right now. So it just sits there as a decoration piece here in my studio. And yeah, it's got the little end piece here like we have for city quilts. And it's just fun. And because I love houses, so there is a house here, but you can't really see that it's a house, but it is a house. So these are some close-ups of that city quilt, and it was the way I was laying it out. You can't see the stitching on there, but it just gives you some idea of some of the collection of fabric. Some of it's Japanese, some of it is Thai, and of course it crossed over into this was my travel quilt, and I stitched on it a lot. I actually sat my computer on, but now I had buttons and things on, so I can't do that. But these, as I mentioned, are pieces that I've used from all over the world, and it's the same as the little bracelets, so it's exactly the same style. And I think it's a fun idea. So I'm going to make some proper ones now. It took an hour to do the others. Then I found I've got so many bits of this braid. I think I'm going to make some out of this braid. I think it would look absolutely fabulous. Put it onto some velvet, then make cuffs out of it, and I don't have to stitch so much. So I think it would be absolutely wonderful. So right now I'm quilting the elephant. So I'll have this ready to put up soon, and the pattern had to get the PDF done at a big store because I don't have a scanner big enough to do it, but that will hopefully be ready next week. I actually meant to share this one too. This is one I've been doing for a long time, and it's, you know, one of those things that just gets to sit there. So this is when I was in Guatemala with a group at one stage, and we collected a whole lot of pieces. There's hand-dyed fabric. All the fabric comes from Guatemala, and basically it's the same idea. So that's about it, really. I think that, you know, once you do one thing, then I go back and think, oh, yes, I did that before, I did that before, I did that before. And I guess once you learn a different technique, then you add all of those techniques into other projects. So basically, that's how this has come about. Very small, but you never know. You just never know. I will make a proper one now. I mean, the one yesterday just took an hour to do, and I did a little bit more this morning, and it's a bit rough. And I'm a little bit fussier than I should be. But I'll do another one and put it up and share with you.
I know where I'm going, don't you wanna come too? I got my reservation